Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing well right now under the circumstances that our world is currently in. There is a lot going on, and if you are not aware of the current situation, I would definitely take the time to educate yourself. Um, over a week now, George Floyd's life was taken due to the ignorance of yet another person who was put in a position that they should not have been. And this has not happened one time, this has not happened two times, this has happened hundreds of times. And therefore now, we, the people, are starting to shake the nation. And again, if you guys have not watched the news, you guys have not been keeping up with social media, you know, it gets to a point where when you finally piss the world off for the same fucking reason, it's kind of like you're gonna wake up a demon and, well, they woke us up. It is really awesome to know, though, that not over, but all 50 states, United States, all 50 of us have now contributed in the protest for George Floyd, as well as Breonna Taylor and many, many others. As well as we have gotten other countries to participate. We have gotten Paris involved, and Germany, and you name it. So like I said, this is definitely a movement that has woken up the nation. With that being said, I know there's a lot of attention being brought to that. And with me coming on here, that's something that I wanted to also bring attention to as well. I know with this being said, there is a lot of petitions being signed. There is a lot of places you can donate. There are many, many protests continuing to happen. And the reason why it's important that it's continuing is because it's not just, okay, well, now these cops got convicted, we don't have to do this anymore. Or finally they're opening up Breonna Taylor's case, okay, we could kind of pull it back. No. This isn't something you just pull back on. You know, this was a matter that was very, very severe over 50 years ago, and it's essentially come full circle. And with that being said, we can't just stop at one protest. We can't just stop at two protests. We can't just stop at three. This is something that needs to continue beyond what is already happening, even though people are being convicted, even though police officers are being fired from their position. I'm just going to say it how it is. That's not enough. And it will never be enough until there is 100% justice for those who have been wronged and for those who will probably be wronged in the future. It's not just a little slap on the hand and it goes away, and it's not. This is a fight that we will continue to fight until we no longer have to fight. And the reason why I say we, because I know at the end of the day, this is not a matter that concerns me. I'm not a person of color, so therefore it does not affect me in any way, but it does. It very much does affect me because I'm sorry, I'm trying to find all the right words, and I don't feel like this is a situation where you do find all the right words, but it does affect me. Because I don't like going on the news and hearing that yet another innocent person has lost their lives due to the ignorance of someone else's hand. I'm tired of it, and I am someone who does have someone very, very dear in my life, my sister, who is a woman of color, and my mother as well, who is a woman of color, and I don't take these things lightly. I've never taken this lightly. I've never taken their lives lightly. I've never taken situations they've been in lightly. Their lives are just as important. And the last thing I would ever want to do is turn on the news and know that their names would be one of the names that popped up. And again, so that's the biggest reason why I get on here and preach, and why I'm showing up, and why I think it's important for my friends to show up and their friends to show up, and why we all need to come together as a community right now and really stand up. Because again, this isn't something that's just going to go away tomorrow. And again, it's not something that I choose to stop fighting for because the small problem got fixed, because that's not it. So with that being said, I know a lot of you know that I ramble when I get nervous and I get anxious. So with that being said, I wanted to do my part in this. And I was a little hesitant when it came to doing this, just because I was in no way doing this to offend anybody. I was in no way doing this to take away from any current situation, take away from anybody's business, take away from anybody personally. I strictly am doing this because I feel like as a bystander, I need to be doing more. And it's not just about talking about it, it's about making actions. And I, even before this movement, I've always been such a person that actions will 110% speak louder than words. And you can preach all day, but that doesn't mean shit. It never will. So again, that's why it's very important that we're signing petitions, we're protesting, we're donating. And with the donating being said, I teamed up with a company called Teespring. I know a lot of you might be familiar with it. A lot of YouTubers and influencers use this company to create merch for their own to sell, which yes, I do have a system with them as well for my own personal merch, but this is not what this is about today. I actually teamed up with them to create an item for you guys to where with every single purchase of this item, 100% of the proceeds will be entirely donated to the Black Lives Matter organization, which I think is very, very important. I was able to pick between a few, but I just figured that one was the best to donate all the proceeds to, because I know they tend to distribute it throughout a lot of other companies that they do work with. And they are under a very big umbrella, so I just felt like it was important because they do cover a lot of what's going on and more. The sweatshirt I created for you guys, it says say their names on the front of it, and it has not one, not two, but it has over 300 names on the back of it of beautiful souls that we have lost, again, due to the ignorance of someone being in a position that they should not be in. And again, I in no way made this because it was cool. I in no way made this because I wanted to look woke in any way. I simply wanted to do this because I wanted to do my part. And I also wanted it to be a reminder, because I feel like at the end of the day, tomorrow's gonna come and the next day's gonna come. But the reason why I thought this was important, because one, again, all the donations are being 100% donated to this organization, but as well, it's a keepsake. It's a reminder of why are we protesting? Why are we waking up? The world. Why are we fighting the way that we are? Why are we signing petitions? It's because of every name that's on the back of that shirt. It's why we fight. It's why we continue to fight, and it's why we won't stop. So like I said, it is over 300 names of men, women, and children who are no longer able to speak out, who are no longer able to be here to march and to fight. So again, this is a reminder as to why we need to continue to do it, and why we will not stop until justice is served. And again, the saying is so true: when there is no justice, there will be no peace. And again, this isn't, at the end of the day, this Black Lives Matter movement isn't other lives matter less. No. And I hate, and I'm sorry, but if you're one of those ignorant people right now that are saying all lives matter, well, if they did, we wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be fighting the way that we are fighting. Because if all lives matter, then Black lives would matter. Because then it would be all. But right now it's not. And that's why, again, this is so important. And I really hope that my followers will definitely make a purchase for this. I hope my friends will make a purchase for this. Again, I promise you, I am not collecting any of the proceeds from this. I was able to talk with a company one-on-one and set this entire thing up. So again, as soon as you make a purchase, your entire donation will be 100% donated to the Black Lives Matter organization. They typically, with this company Teespring, they tend to keep half of the profits, just because you get your cut and then they get theirs for selling and making your merchandise. But when it typically comes to like doing donations and stuff like that, they donate all the money. So yes, with that being said, I am going to put a link in my bio on Instagram, and then I'm also going to put a link down below in the description bar for my subscribers to definitely check that out. Again, this isn't something that I'm just trying to sell you guys. This isn't something that I make any profit off of at the end of the day. It's simply just me wanting to do my part and wanting to bring awareness and wanting this to just, you know, be as important as it possibly can. So yeah, with that being said, I just want you guys to know that I am an ally for you. I stand with you. Your lives matter to me 110%. That has never been a thought in my mind that they don't. And yeah, I just want you to know, whoever comes to my page, whoever comes to me personally, whoever comes into my life, you have somebody to help speak out with you, and you have somebody to stand with you, and you have another person who feels that your life is just as important as mine is. So with that being said, thank you guys for your time. I love you guys, and let's keep this movement going.